Okay, so San Diegans, it wasn't bad enough that we are totally in the rainy season right now, and we've been stuck inside, cooped up, and we're going to be for the foreseeable next 10 days or so. But now we're also on quarantine because of the coronavirus hitting here in San Diego. All the school districts are closed, and that means we're all at home with our kids and expected to continue to do our work. What are we going to do? Well, that's what I'm going to cover today. This is an episode all about your survival guide for thriving at home with your kids and still getting your stuff done. Hey, Mom, I'm Melissa Dillon. You're in for a treat today on this #1 podcast for you, ambitious, loving mom who wants to put your family first while living your definition of success, both personally and professionally. So turn up the volume or pop in those earbuds because it's time for more time loving mom life. Okay, so I'm just going to dive right in. I threw this all together this morning. My husband and I were talking, and we realized we have to come up with our own survival plan for the next 2 weeks while we're quarantined at home. And knowing that the rain is here with our preschooler, it's going to be really, really tough to keep everything juggling and entertaining him while also still trying to accomplish all the things that we'd like to over the break. So we thought, well, it only makes sense that all of you are probably really running into the same thing. So we came up with a list of things that you can do over the next 2 weeks. Or actually, before the 2 weeks get started, to really hunker down, have a really nice plan to keep your kids entertained and also accomplish what you're required to do for your work while you're all at home. So the #1 thing you have to do is, whether you are single, you're married, you have a partner, whatever it is, you need to come together if you're living with someone who's going to be involved in your plan, or sit down on your own and figure out what must be accomplished. So first you need to review your calendar, remove everything that's now irrelevant now that we're all on quarantine, and include canceling all appointments that may put you at risk. Then, excuse me, I've got a little cough. So then you want to brain dump all of your ideas of what may need to be done around the house and for work. So keep in mind the 80-20 rule when you're scrutinizing all of the things that you're trying to do. What that means is that 80% of the results usually come from 20% of the work. So now would be a really great time. So once you get your brain dump done and you two come together, then really take a look and go, well, do I really need to do this? What's the ultimate result here? What can I go ahead and push back? What doesn't need to be done at all? And start knocking off and removing the things that are absolutely unnecessary right now. And also keeping in mind that when you do get back to work, you don't want to feel overwhelmed and bogged down. So you don't want to procrastinate on anything that will end up being necessary. But just keep in mind that there might be some things that you can tighten up and remove so that you're working as efficiently as possible while you're working from home. Then, once you're clear on what is absolutely necessary, and that part's going to take the most time, I think, because you're really going to be sitting down and opening dialogue with anyone else that's involved. And this can include any grandparents or relatives that might be involved in watching your children. And that brings me to #2. So consider together where you're going to need outside support. So call on your mommy tribe or coworkers. You may be able to band together to take turns babysitting. My allergies are just totally getting to me. I swear I don't have coronavirus. I just have bad allergies. So, or, one of the things that you really may want to consider is that because the schools are closed, that means a lot of teachers might be out of work. Now, there are plenty of schools that are very blessed and capable, are able to go ahead and pay out vacation pay during this period of time to keep teachers from having any financial hardships. But there are also some schools who may be issuing refunds or may not be able to afford to do that. So some teachers are actually out of work, and they're kind of stressing about what they're going to do. And of course, the plans for the schools are still open. As far as I know, not everyone is completely, they don't yet know what's going to happen. But that means that you may have some teachers who your child is already comfortable with who may be very available to help you, and maybe a few few kids, so it's a nice small group of friends that are together, and they may be more than happy to come and watch your kiddos while you work. So I would definitely take that into consideration. Reach out to your preschool director or your elementary school principal and see if there are any teachers available that are open to babysit. And that would be really great. And just consider anyone else that you may be able to lean on. You'll also want to consider canceling all activities. I know that a lot of the amusement parks are now closed, and we're getting the emails like crazy on team cancellations or any practices that are canceled. So you may want to just follow up if you haven't received those emails yet. Just follow up with any of your extracurricular activities. Go ahead and cancel those too. And then that would bring you to number 3. So this is the tough part because we don't have the spring break camps to lean on. We don't have any extracurricular activities. It's rainy, so we really can't play outside right now. So it's really, really a tough time. And so this is where I think I can help you the most too, is that you want to establish a routine for the kids. So if you can just figure out with your partner or with your tribe that you've pulled together, your village that you've pulled together to team up, is come up together with an idea about what's the routine going to be. If your kiddos are up by 8 o'clock or whatever, you start from the morning and plan out that breakfast, plan out when everybody needs to get dressed. And then when the sitter gets there, you have a plan. They're going to play certain games or have certain activities set up for them. You can also lean on YouTube for not for watching entertainment, but actually physical activity. So I would recommend Cosmic Kids Yoga. Lots of fun. I really like it. And we always get lots of great ideas for our classes. And then my son and I really like to do them together. There are also, if you look up workouts for kids, there are quite a few videos of really great, energetic people who can take your children through a workout to get them really pumped and excited and do some work. And then also, a friend of mine actually put out something. Let me read it to you. It was really cute what she and her mom or her daughter are doing at home. Oh, I wish that I pulled it up before I even started recording. But I just thought it was so adorable. So Jenny, who's a listener and a very good friend, she said that they're staying in and playing games and dress up and having a dance party, lots of fun things to do inside. So you could keep that in mind too, have a dance party, and you can actually schedule the time so that you have something to look forward to with your kids. And then also they have that expectation set so that when you and your partner need to get some things done, they already know when they're expected to be entertaining themselves. Also, when you're establishing the routine, I am going to, let's see. Oh, that's number 5. So before I get into that, let me go into number 4 is to remember to keep in mind that the schools have a required minimum of 187 days or so, depending on your school district, where your students must be in school. So that means all the time that they're going to be out, which I think most schools are closed for 3 weeks right now, is what they're putting out there. So that's time's going to need to be made up. So take into account that this spring break is family time too. So you'll want to take into account when you're thinking about the things that you need to schedule is plan that family time as part of it. And then also planning times when you take a shift and then maybe your husband or your wife take a shift where you're taking turns. So maybe you have a 3 to 4 hour stint of working while your partner is playing with the kiddos, and then you switch, and then they get 3 to 4 hours of good deep work in, and then while you entertain the kids. So that'll empower you guys not only to have some really solid one-on-one time in your routine, but also to help both of you get some really deep, dedicated work in. And then also intentionally having, again, that time where your children are expected to entertain themselves, because that is just as important as for them to expect and understand how to entertain themselves. And I'll put links in the show notes on some of the episodes I've already published about just that. And then number 5 is finally to schedule your shifts. So once you've talked to everyone in your village, you've figured out who you're going to team up with to get things done over the next couple weeks, you've talked to your partner and you guys are on the same page. Now it's time to schedule things in blocks. So scheduling things in blocks on your calendar, whether you're using Outlook or Gmail or whatever you're using, and you've already removed everything's cleaned out of your calendar that's not necessary anymore, just for the period that you're home. Now start blocking that time in. So for example, you'll have the morning routine, and then you put the list of the morning routine items that need to be knocked out in the morning routine block on your schedule. Then your deep work block. So if you're spending 3 to 4 hours a day, you get your dedicated time to work. What are you going to do during those periods of time? Put that in the calendar, in the notes section of that calendar block, so that way you're like, I know exactly what I'm knocking out. You can stay very focused, because it's really easy for us to get distracted, especially when we're at home. But if you have a list and you already know and you've already planned out all those things that you brain dumped when I was talking about it earlier in number 1 of this list, now you just need to start plugging things in and figure out where is it in your shifts that you're going to be knocking this stuff out. And then also connecting with your tribe to figure out, okay, when are we able to all come together to work and have that working period. And keeping in mind, having that discipline. The big thing is, us ladies all get together, we want to chat, we want to have fun and stuff, and we don't usually get to work all the time if it's not your coworkers. But this is a period of time for you guys to work because you're not in the office right now. So just keep that in mind and be mindful, have that conversation proactively together and come up and have dialogue about it. Don't have I know sometimes it can be tempting, especially for us ambitious moms who get a lot done. It can be tempting for us to start to take control. But remember, like, we are flowing together in all of this and we're all in it together. And we all have to be comfortable and happy with the situation that we set up for ourselves and our team. So as long as everybody's on the same page and everyone had dialogue and all are in agreement, this plan should flow pretty nicely for you. And please let me know. You can go ahead and email me. I know my listener base here is still small enough. I would love to get emails from you, melissa@raisingkindness.org. If you go through this plan and you implement anything and you're finding that you're running into a roadblock that I didn't think of, because again, I'm putting this out there right before I'm picking up my son from school. This is the day when all the districts are announcing everything, and I wanted to get this out to you so that tonight, when you start talking it over with your partner, or you start evaluating, if you're a single mom, if you start evaluating, okay, what am I going to do? I needed to get this out to you so that you at least have this with you in your back pocket before you pick up the kids. So please do let me know if I missed anything, and also let me know if this helps, because I can go into more depth. I do plan on supporting you over the next week with more info. So hopefully this is really helpful. And then as I come up with more ideas on more ways that I can support you during this period of time when we're all at home with our family and having to juggle work and the kids at the same time, I will definitely publish it for you, okay? So thank you so much for listening. I wish you the best. Stay healthy, stay sanitized, stay clean. Don't go outside unless you really have to, and stay dry. All right, so my heart is with you, and I look forward to speaking with you next time.